Good day. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Atari 8-Bit Gameplay. Got ready to go here. Time Pilot, a 2018 version of this venerable arcade game by Konami in 1982 by New Generation Software out of Poland. Full credits to the authors and sound and graphics artists in the description. Now, I made an entire 15-minute long video of me playing this game, and then when I was encoding it, I realized that I did not have the microphone input turned on, so that's brilliant. So all of my learning how to play this game parts are in that first video, and there's no commentary there, and it would look pretty goofy for me to overdub because I'm on the screen talking, so my mouth movements wouldn't line up at all. So I guess there's one benefit to recording gameplay footage and then talking over it later, but it's not become my habit. I actually, at least so far, I prefer to play the games and then sort of talk about them as I play. So in any case, let me try to recap without forgetting everything I learned about how to play this game. The graphics are quite nice. In some ways, they're a good representation of the arcade. In a sort of a pixel representation, they're pretty good. But in order to do that, the game programmers have chosen to make them very large sprites indeed. And it doesn't look bad. In fact, it looks pretty good, and it plays pretty good. But the result of that decision is that you can hardly see very much of the playfield at all. Let's see here. I'm just looking for the boss plane here. I blather on. I suspect this won't end up being a 15-minute long video since I already played this for 15 minutes earlier. The gameplay elements from the arcade are mostly there. Oops. You lose the shots in the clouds sometimes, which is basically what happened there. Where's the plane, man? The parachute guys are present, but their point value is static, which is different than the arcade. Come on. You get extra player for 10,000, and then every 50,000, there it is. The sound effects are actually quite good. That's maybe not arcade perfect, but it's a pretty good time travel sound. So here, if you know the game in the arcade, you'll notice that the helicopter level, 1970, the helicopters drop missiles, and the missiles come after you. They're like, I don't know, they're guided missiles maybe. And that's not the case in this game. I'm not doing super well, although maybe having had some previous experience, my lament was that I wasn't able to pull off getting past 1982. Now I'm on my last player again here, but get off my tail, you. And I was only failed there. And at the end of the last video, in my last play, I was like 800 points away from getting another extra player. So that was a bit disappointing. What else do I have to say about this? Yeah, it's a pretty good game. It's worth playing, I would suggest. What am I doing? How do I spell my name? My problem is that normally in arcade games I put my initials in, which are not R-O-B. Rob being my name, not my initials. Okay, here we go. Another kick at it. Let's see if I can do a little better this time. So the escalating point values for the parachutists are missing. And although there are squadrons that come out, or at least there's the noise of the squadrons, and you seem to get a bajillion enemies on screen, which suggests to me that they've implemented sort of a squadron thing, you don't get any points for the squadrons either. So that's... Oh, come on. That was a bit cheap, I think, in my opinion. Alright, there we go. So yeah, some differences in gameplay. The visibility of the game board, which I guess I already noted. I don't know if I finished my thought on that. I tend to get distracted when I lose a player or something like that. The visibility isn't great, so it feels congested. But still, it's a pretty darn good conversion. And I recommend it for sure. It's really good, and it doesn't seem to be, like I got it from, I found it while I was browsing games on Atari Mania, which is what I often do. I like to read their updates, and I like to just sort of browse their databases for things that I haven't run across before. And the only other version of Time Pilot for the Atari 8-bit computers that I've ever seen was a prototype, and it really didn't play well at all. There was hardly anything implemented, and so I chose not to make a video on it because there just wasn't enough game there to really do a video on. Could have made like a 4-minute long video. Shoot. Alrighty. Well, I would like to play a bit and see if I can get past 1982. Oh, Lord, not at this rate, though. Another difference, I guess, is that with the sheer volume of enemies on the screen, which is a lot, oh, God, you get to the bosses quite quickly, which I guess isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's quite different than the arcade, in which you have to kill quite a few enemies, and I suspect that they've implemented kind of a similar number of enemies that you have to shoot down, but because there's just so many enemies on the screen at once, it doesn't take very long. Now, in that case, I couldn't actually find the helicarrier, so that wasn't great. I think I'm going to be AAA. I'll have another go or two and see if I can't put a better game together here. The movement of the ship and everything is essentially the same as the arcade, which is nice. It's a slightly different control scheme. You've got I don't remember how many directions the stick was in the arcade, but by pushing it in the different directions, that's the direction your plane pivots to. So that's quite different than the typical turn mechanism where you would sort of rotate left or right with a spinner or with a joystick, just rotating left and right. It's actually a good control mechanism for this kind of a game. Oh, Lord. For this kind of a game, you know what? I think I'm gonna pause. Can I not? Oh, maybe not. Maybe I was gonna. I was gonna see if I could restart the game. I think I'm gonna do the dishonorable thing here, and oh, I guess I got him by virtue of kamikaze. Well, maybe I'll give this a go. I was gonna say I was gonna do the dishonorable thing of choosing to end the game by just running into things, but maybe I'll see if I can play it out here, since I had lost so many men so very quickly. Oh, there's another one. Those shots can be pretty tough to dodge. They come quickly. Probably sound like a maniac here hammering this fire button. Can you auto-fire? No, you cannot. Okay. There's the plane. There we go. do extremely well in 1970 and 1982 in order to meet my goal of getting past 1982, and that was not extremely well. That was quite poorly. Alright, I'm getting worse. Actively getting worse. I think I'm just going to be blank, 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 blank. Yep, 10, 60, and 110, and 160,000 are the extra players. I did come very close to 60,000 in my last play session, but didn't get there. Dodging those bombs, which is the only, other than the shots, is the only way these guys attack you, is key, I think, to doing well, and also figuring out how to dodge the shots, of course. I think just as soon as you see them on screen, just turning away from them is probably the best approach, but you don't always see them right away, unfortunately. Or they fire when they're quite close to you like that. So, it might sound a little bit like whining, but just really an observation. I'm not upset about it, it's just something that the game does. I guess the cure for that is not letting the enemies get close to you, which is going to be pretty tough because at times there's just tons of them on the screen at once. Thought I was dead there. Ooh, I turned right into him. Not great. Not great. There does seem to only be 2 shots on the screen at once. I know I've definitely seen 2 bombs on the screen at once. Ah, there he is. Oh, come on. Did I get him? Did I get him? I did get him. That was kind of cheap. 1970 with 2 planes remaining. Yeah, those squadron noises they're definitely squadron noises, and there's lots of enemies coming out, but no points for them. Okay, well that helicarrier should be around. There he is. And now I can hear him. In the same place. Uh-oh. Wow, that's disappointing. Let's see if I can't get this guy. I'm not even getting to 1982, let alone past it. Oh, come on. There we go. 43-8. One more go. Sure, one more go. One more go. That's a nice effect. Also, much like the arcade, is that this spinning wipe, I guess, rotating wipe effect from the title screen. Pretty cool, pretty cool. What happens if I just try to... Oh. That's what happens. Okay. Never mind. That wasn't the best strategy. Okay, I can hear the Zeppelin. Where is it? Probably tell that I've got a bit of a cold here. Or I could just claim this in my normal voice, but if you watch watched any of my videos, you'd know that it isn't true. Considerably deeper than my typical voice. Well, at least somewhat deeper, I don't know. Poor judge of my own voice, I think, probably, but anyway, definitely deeper. Oh, that was quick. That was quick. Ooh, that was skin of my teeth territory there. Look at all those bad guys. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I shouldn't interrupt a game like that. Just occurred to me. Yeah, okay. Something I wanted to check before I finish this video. Alright, let's see if I can't get through this level without losing any ships, any fighters. Time fighters, I presume. Okay. Helicarrier's out there somewhere. Where is he? Where is it? I think it was just down below me there, wasn't it? Oh, darn it. Okay, helicarrier. There you are. I was gonna say, okay, helicarrier. Oh, no. I did see that coming. I just didn't dodge in time. Where are you, helicarrier? There you are. You need to hammer it quite a few times. There we go. Okay, still got 2 or 3 ships remaining. I think it might be the one I'm playing plus the 2 down below. Okay, see if I can last more than 2 seconds in 1982. The answer seems to be no. Oh boy. Something about the movement of these guys that's just different enough, it's throwing me off. Are they faster maybe? I mean, it would make sense. They're fighters, much like myself, much like my own fighter. There we go. There we go. Oh no! Darn it! Where's the boss? There it is. Come on. Come on. Nope. Oh, that's as close as I've come. Sigh. Alright, that is going to do it for my look at Time Pilot. It's really a good conversion to the Atari. I highly recommend it. And that's going to do it for my look at Time Pilot. I think I might have said that already. So here I am repeating myself. In any case, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. And I'll see you next time.